Dubs and L's, the weekly show where we give a dub to the things that we do like and an L to the things that we don't. I'm a courteous individual, so I let my guests go first, but y'all gotta flip a coin or I guess decide who.
I let Drake go first. It don't matter. Drake can go first.
Because I'm a silverback.
Silverback.
Seniority. Kick us off, Dre. You know everything. I don't gotta explain it.
Yeah, Dubs and L's.
Yes, sir.
Let's start with Robert Griffin the third. Straight L. First of all, is Caitlin Clark the best basketball player in the WNBA? That's subjective, right? She's a great
It's
player.
not objective.
I'm saying it's subjective because some people think it is, some people think she's not. I think she's not. I don't think she's the best basketball player in the WNBA, but to cape for her and to disrespect Angel Reese and to do all of this while your wife is in the back, you know what I mean, cheering you on. Yeah, you eating butter biscuits, big dog. You know what I'm saying? You part of the butter biscuits. You're a butter biscuit brother, and I can't dig with that. L for me.
So I thought that it was completely in bounds what Ryan Clark said to RG3 in response to that. Not just because I thought it was pretty obvious that there was a slant on his criticisms, but if you look on this man's social media, if you follow him on ESPN, when he was at ESPN, if you follow his podcast, we don't highlight the fact that he has a white wife. He
does. Yeah.
Milkman. That he has a white wife. And not just the fact that she's white, but specifically highlights her whiteness as the part that he likes about her.
Milk
and chocolate milk. Check out this tall glass of milk. My daily milk dose.
My milk and magnesia.
My milk and magnesia.
Man's Twitter thread that is milk. Do yourself a favor. Go to RG3's Twitter page and search milk. And just scroll.
Oh yeah.
Just scroll. Fam. You did that. How are you mad at me now for saying that your relationship with your wife has skewed your viewpoint on black women? Nigga, come on.
Butter biscuits, man. He ain't got his milk, you know what I'm saying, with his butter biscuits. And I just But I need everybody to give Rob Parker an apology because he called this dude a cornball brother years ago and got fired.
Yep.
I need them apologies as loud.
But they made Ryan Clark apologize.
They did.
Well, Ryan Clark apologized himself on
it's not my show, Gray.
Yeah, but I think it came from the people above, though. I think he did it, but I think it came from the top of. I think it came from the people above, and I don't think I would apologize.
I wouldn't apologize for shit
because he didn't say nothing wrong. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear disrespect. Yeah, I didn't hear disrespect, and nor did I hear anything statistically wrong or objectively wrong with what he said. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't disrespect him to the point where he needs to apologize. You said some out of bounds stuff. I addressed it. We can move on. That's it.
Yeah, and then to talk about specifically his criticisms, why does a sports rivalry have to be actual hate? See, like that's
what I don't like. I don't think they hate each other.
The feminists would call you a chauvinist pig about because why can't women compete at that level and it just be about basketball?
Exactly.
Women doing that on the court. You're never questioning whether or not they go home, writing hit lists about each other or typing mean tweets about each other. That even though that stuff actually happens, you don't take it there. You let it stay on the court. But so why can't it just be that for them too?
Right. RG3 should have said when they get on this court. When they get on the court, they hate each other. Maybe he should have said something like that. I could rock with that because I do think there's a rivalry that it goes back to college. Why wouldn't it be? Right.
Yeah, and she knocked her off the national championship game.
Yeah, and I think that's good for the league. The WNBA needs to lean into.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Like
didn't we seen the same thing in 1979 with Magic and Bird?
Yeah.
The same thing happened. This is just Magic a Bird, but a different,
again.
you know what I'm saying, all over again. But instead of making it Magic a Bird, they're trying to make one is significantly better. But instead of making it that and making this rivalry for college and all of that, this is what they're doing now. They're making it a race thing, and you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? But
that's what I said. You don't have to make this a race. Is it a race thing? Yes, because we're in America. Let's push that to the side. Let's just let these two women compete on this court and make the best woman, win.
Yeah,
and let's enjoy the rivalry. You know what I'm saying?
Why are you working so hard to jump out in front of criticism for Caitlin Clark? That's what's really making it uncomfortable for me.
She don't need a shield.
My protector, she don't need no shield. She never asked me to do that for her.
She don't need, because her game speaks for herself. She don't need no shield.
Yeah. Right.
She don't need it.
Who in here gets some dubs right now?
Who's a winner? Dubs. Let's get on to the list here. So the first dub I got on my list is going out to the Ohio Black Expo. I was out there last week here in Columbus, down in the Columbus Commons downtown. Had a good time. A lot of
come out to Columbus too. I've been to Cleveland. I need to come out to Columbus though.
It's a good time, man. You should spend some time. Don't come out here in the spring.
I ain't going to Cincinnati. No, I'm not going to Cincinnati.
Why not in the spring? Would it be cool?
Because it's cold, gray and nasty out here. Yeah, it don't look like nothing.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I went to Cleveland in July and it was nasty.
What?
it was
muggy.
It was muggy and
real humid. It was real humid. Yeah. No, I say like the best time to visit Ohio was between like May and August. But it does get humid. It gets very humid in the summer out here. But the Black Expo was nice, man. I think Dr. Umar made an appearance out here. They had some other people. DJ Quick was out here. They had some
shout out to them.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. The other dub I got is going out to Gillie the Kid.
Gillie.
I don't really mess with Gillie all like that, but the rant he had on Paul George's podcast this week about him and Joel Embiid and how underwhelming they have been as a duo in Philly was golden. Like only how a Philly fan could give it to you, like raw, emotional as hell, but real and not.
I'm gonna have to go watch it. I like Gillie.
Yeah, but he told the man, he was like, "Y'all might as well blow this thing up, man. Y'all might as well rebuild."
Yeah,
because I know Joel's good, I know you good, but Joel barely on the court, and every time the playoffs come around for you, it's like,
right, where you at?
To his grill though, like to his face.
Yeah, because that's how Gillie is. I don't fool with Gillie because Gillie pissed me off after the Super Bowl. He was unbearable after the Super Bowl. I like Gillie, but man, that damn hat. He walked around that big ass goddamn. I was pissed. I get it. I get it though. I get it because the team won. They beat, you know what I mean? They got that dub in. Yeah. I didn't have to hear him crying about holds and we're holding, and I ain't have to hear that. But man, he was insufferable. But I do feel him on that.
The world kind of cheered at that Super Bowl. It was like, all right, man, they didn't win too many. They didn't win too damn many.
It feels good to be a Kansas City fan because we didn't win shit for a long time. Okay. So it still feels good. I know Blue. Hey, it'll be all right, Blue. You had OJ.
We're gonna get one. We had OJ. We had OJ.
You had the juice, so you know. So yeah, shout out to Gillie though. Shout out to Gillie. And I did see that. I did see it, but I'm gonna give a dub to Shannon Sharp because ever since the whole Diddy stuff went on, since
been working
Tory, my man been working. You ain't heard nothing about Michelle ever since that audio came. You ain't heard nothing. Shout out to for working and shutting. He ain't really shut up. He just worked and ain't talking about nothing.
He just working. Yep.
Ain't nobody brought it up. No, nothing. It's like people.
You know why though? You know why? Most of the interviews that have been coming out have been pre-recorded, and he's off of ESPN right now, so he's not doing anything live. He ain't doing nothing.
But hey, it makes sense.
Yep.
Except for Nightcap. Except for Nightcap.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's still him in control of his own narrative, though.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yep. And he is playing it perfectly. So yeah, shout out to Unc for that. I'm gonna give Unc that, even though I got a picture of him as AI of him holding a snow bunny, white bunny.
You gotta leave them alone. He gotta leave them alone, man. The thing is, it's gonna get settled. We're not gonna hear about it, and
yeah, and that's perfect. He did what he's supposed to do.
He's gonna be on NBC also.
For NFL coverage.
Yeah, NFL coverage.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. He's doing it perfectly. So hey, I got to give him a shout. I know you have some more, but I had to give him a shout out for that. I had to give him a shout out for that.
My next dub is going out to SGA. Shout out to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
MVP. Very, very well deserved too.
I kind of figured that was gonna happen though. Everybody was saying it was between him and Joker. I was like, they ain't finna give it a Joker again. They're gonna give it a shot. I kind of figured that, and I like Shai's game too. I think his game is dope. He's always at the free throw line. That's where you want to be at. If I get all my points at the free throw line, that's your fault, not mine.
Yeah, I mean they made it where you have an open lane to the bucket. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to settle for a three all the time. Go to the cup.
Yeah, go get these easy points, man.
Yeah, easy points.
You only get to the line when you're a threat to get to the basket. That's what killed James Harden's career. James Harden was getting 17, 18 points a night from the line.
From the line.
And they stopped that whole fake jump up stuff. He stopped getting to the bucket, and it was over for him. Well, not over, but not as good.
Well, he just started shooting threes. He got a.
But everybody does.
Yeah,
everybody does. This is the new NBA. That's what pissed me off about my Boston Celtics.
But the stats show that the stats show otherwise. That you shouldn't be shooting the threes.
Exactly. But I mean, hey, hey, that's why the 90s Bulls is playing in the background. Shout out to D Stizzle and out of Chicago.
Okay, so that's my dubs. I got a couple L's, and then I got a toss-up that we'll talk about, and then we can get out of here. Okay. So my first L is going out to the U.S. Justice Department. The U.S. Justice Department is dropping police reform agreements with Louisville and Minneapolis, which came after the killings of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd.
Seen that. Yep, so, straight L's. Straight L's. Straight L's.
Police reform and actions that came in after 2020 gone, just like the DEI standards.
Yeah.
It's one thing to see it go away from companies, but then the actual laws and reforms that came of that time.
To me, that's way more important than DEI to me. Police reform. As a person who and Dre's dealt with police too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like former law enforcement.
Yeah, so I'm just as a
civilian,
civilian dealing with the police.
Yeah, dealing with it too.
Yeah, being at a disadvantage is what I don't think you should be at as a tax-paying citizen of this great nation. But you're at a disadvantage when talking to the police. You know what I'm saying? And I should never be at a disadvantage talking to the police. Somebody who should be there to help me, who should be there to assist and point me in the right directions and make sure things go right. But you're always at a disadvantage because that police, you don't know if he's a bigot, you don't know if he's a racist, you don't know if he had a good day, bad day. You don't know if he just want to shoot. Hey, I'm shooting somebody today. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? So you're at a disadvantage. And then when you do get shot in the ass by the police, they say, oh, well, it was justified. You did make a threatening, right? You made a threatening gesture. I was 15 feet away from the police when right. When I did what I did. When I turned around and I threw my hands up to say, hey, I don't have a gun, and y'all shot me 15 times. You know what I'm saying? And now y'all saying, oh, well, it was justified. Or y'all didn't even find a gun. Y'all just swept it underneath the rug.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, come to find out, the officers that shot Blue, the investigation precludes that it was a justified
no wrongdoing.
No wrongdoing. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the stuff that needs to be addressed, because even when you have the president saying that the police should have all of this power, that's bad. That is bad. That's bad.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it an L. For one, DEI. I keep saying DEI does not benefit any of us. It benefits white women. It has benefited white women, just like affirmative action has benefited white women. With this, it's a little bit different because I've been on both ends. I've been on been in the jail and working at one. And when it came to, even when we had our situation, when I was a corrections officer, we even had a situation where the police was just arresting people that they thought were on drugs. And a lot of these people that were being arrested were badly mental health patients. So we were getting attacked. So what did the Kansas City Police Department do is they did a reform to be able to find out if this person is on drugs or not. They didn't have nobody there, but they made sure that they arrested them, brought them to the precinct first, evaluated them before sending them out. So they knew, oh, this person's just having a mental health breakdown and they're just a threat to themselves. We could take them to Western Missouri or this place or that place. And this person that's on drugs, we're going to sit them down, have them go through their withdrawals or whatever, and try to give them the medical help that they need. So they're not sending them to the city jail, which I worked at, and they're attacking us because that's what we're happening. A lot of these mental health patients, you know what I'm saying, were attacking us, and we're thinking they're high on drugs. No, this person is schizophrenic, they're bipolar, they're this and that. They need help and not a kick in the ass. You know what I'm saying? In all of this stuff. So there were reform. So I do believe in reform. I believe that the police is a necessity, and they're supposed to help the community. And if this is not helping the community, and we're going back to the 80s, LA in the 80s, where you could bust in people's door, you could do all these raids, you can do all this because you have this much power, that we're going backwards. So
backwards,
that's a fact. It's a fact. So L to the U.S. the Justice Department. My last L. Oh,
can it please be what you got on the screen? With Mr. Hunter. Can it please be that?
Oh, well.
Oh, is that the different one? I'll wait. If that's
no, it's a different one. It's a different one. But it's of the same topic.
Okay.
So it's about the Remy and Pap situation. I'm giving them both. In this back
I've been following that for no reason. I'm like,
I don't think any of us wanted to be involved in it. I don't think nobody wanted to be involved. Remy, or excuse me, let's go all the way back. Clarissa Shields does a Breakfast Club interview this past week.
The elephant in the room interview
mentions the relationship between Pap and Clarissa, between Pap and Remy, and the fact that they're not divorced yet. Doesn't say her name. Doesn't say anything crazy. Next day, we get a 15-minute video from Remy mom.
Oh my god!
And then Pap gets online. Pap don't do nothing. Pap makes wraps and eats peanut butter sandwiches at home. He don't do nothing.
He makes a lot of what was
Remy's. But I've heard that Pap has wrote for everybody. I heard Pap was wrote a couple of Lil Wayne's albums too back in the day. You know what I mean? So we're talking about back in the day. We're talking about out of the Hot Boys era. You know what I mean?
And now he's saying that literally about 90% of the shit we've ever heard Remy
is
Ma say is him. Which she could really have people thinking like, damn, this Remy Ma? Hold on, wait, where's she coming from?
No, I always thought Pap wrote that.
You thought Pap wrote that? Because I've been knowing
because of Pap's style. There's one thing you can hear somebody's cadence.
Yeah, you can hear somebody's cadence. Yeah,
just like they forgot about Dre. I'm like, that sounds like Jay-Z. No, I mean not what was it? Still Dre. I'm still like, that sounds like Jay-Z because of the cadence, not because of it's the cadence. You know what I mean? So yes, I just was hearing it, but like Pap wrote that, and that ain't Remy. I remember old Remy. That ain't that.
That ain't sound like her. I was like, I'm like, oh, this is different.
She busted. They're like, nah, that ain't her. Nah, that's Pap.
That ain't her.
Some other allegations about, Pap not seeing his kids and this, that, and the third. Pap firing back. I came in the house. And my daughter was on the floor and she had this female in the bed with her. And I don't want to disrespect her. But there was some adult things going on. I'm like, why are you? Your kids
I'm like, why are we?
Why
y'all doing this?
Now I see why Pap don't talk. Because when he did talk, I was like, man, what the bro? Take me out of the chat. I don't want to hear it.
Y'all doing this, man. Because my thing is, they was the quintessential black couple. You know what I'm saying? Black love.
That's because he held her down at her lowest.
Right.
So let's be real. We live with a lot. We live in a society where a lot of our people are so trauma filled that's okay. that.
Well, no,
not holding somebody down. Like somebody getting out of jail, you held them down through jail. That's okay. Some people won't hold you down while you getting your degree, but they'll hold you down while you getting out of prison.
I'm not mad at the holding down thing. What I'm saying is,
but I was just saying,
y'all
they uplifted that.
Right,
the culture.
Well, I was just talking about just being a black couple, and because they were doing stuff together, just being a black, just showing what black love should be, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And then when it ends, y'all are making this, y'all nuclear bombing it. Like, I don't understand.
Destroyed it.
Because the meltdown like this. Like, Remy, if you didn't want to be with Pap no more.
Let's be real. Remy found a lick with Pap. That's what it was. Remy found a lick.
Oh, cool. I'm not even mad at that.
Yeah, that's just what. Yeah, and she mad because the lick gone.
Downgraded.
Because the lick gone.
But you downgraded to Pap Light or whoever. Easy, the block captain. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's her fault.
Apparently, he was holding the fact that he was messing with her while she was still with Pap over her head. Like, I got pictures, and I got that was a recording.
Because
he a lame too. Yeah, he cornball.
Yeah. But he's still rocking when he went and did that battle up against who was that he went against? Geechee. And he was saying all that stuff was right. I was like, you not finna stop this? This is your battle. You're not finna.
He letting it ride.
I was like, oh my god! And that back then it was just a rumor, and the rumor was Pap had ran down on him and gave him the little 2-piece and all this other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was still just a rumor. If you wasn't from up that way, you didn't really know. You know what I'm saying? It was a rumor. And I'm like, you just letting.
The only way that I would give Pap a L if he went back to Remy Ma. The only way, because she's totally disrespecting you. Because I feel like he was a walking lick. She found somebody who was he's a okay artist, because artistry, just because you write raps doesn't mean you can make good music. You know what I'm saying? You can make a good album. Cassidy is a prime example of a dope rapper who makes some horrible songs as a artist. You know what I mean? Let's just be real. He's a dope MC though. So what she found was a dope MC to resurrect her career. He was in love. He loved her way more than she loved him. She got back on top. You know what I'm saying? She found a lick. You know what I'm saying? That everybody looking at Remy in a totally different light than before she went in. She's hot. Social media made her hot because Pap held her down.
It is. It's just crazy.
It did once she found
backslide that way.
Yeah, but that's her fault.
It is. It's just that backslide is so like.
But you went in with bad intentions. But she went in with bad intentions on Pap. Like, Pap really loved her. She went in with bad intentions and she played them. So I'm not. I'm
playing herself now.
Yeah. Now Carissa, she ain't gonna run up on. Now she'll shoot Carissa, but she ain't running up trying to. She ain't running up trying to throw hands.
No, yeah. It's over with. She told me for that one. She not doing any of that.
Yeah, she ain't running.
I saw the last little post
that
Clarissa posted. She was like, I don't have no ill will towards Remy.
Yeah,
she's still staying out of it. She's still like,
and me personally. They said they separated. I don't care if they still married. They separated. He trying to move on with his life. He trying to file for divorce. He trying to do what he want to do. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't tied to that woman. I'm not mad at that at all. Brother, do your thing. Pap got the dub. She got the L. Remy got the L.
I'm with you. I think Pap got the dub and Remy got the L.
He just needs to stay off for FaceTime.
Go kick with Easy the block captain and get your little two grand, whatever you make us a show or something.
just keep Pap off of IG Live.
Yeah, I was about to say I will allow him to wear his dub if he just stay off of social media. I don't want to hear no more. No, we don't want to hear no more.
Nah, I want to hear no more of this.
The one thing that I know, we don't know a lot of things about their relationship. The one thing I do know is that when the dust settles on all of this, and y'all got to go back to your normal lives, you got to deal with that woman.
Yeah.
You got to deal with that woman for the sake of your children.
Your
children.
That's another thing too, y'all.
Exactly.
Bashing each other like the kids ain't got phones. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Exactly. Y'all gonna have to clear up everything y'all said. That's this hype for y'all fan base and shit like that. You're gonna have to wear all of that stuff.
Yep, that's very true.
For years to come.
I agree.
It don't go away just because the beef ended for all of us.
Cause that's imagine you the kid. Remy been bringing, Easy over, you know what I'm saying? You the kid, you thinking it's just business.
Mm-hmm.
Easy been knocking your mama down upstairs this whole time. You down there playing the PlayStation. You think they up there writing raps, getting ready for the battle.
Hey, she write raps all right.
We write raps.
She write raps all right.
Easy was blasting on my mama while.
Oh man,
easy though. At least when what's her name? When what's her name? Her and the former basketball player. You know who I'm talking about. That's messing with Mufasa right now. At least she did her stuff.
T.I. Taylor.
Yeah, T.I. Taylor. At least when they split, they try to keep the business out of there.
They tried to. Yeah.
Well, they tried to. Say they getting kind of.
They tried, but it's getting a little
but they tried to. But she just want, like she said, she want her back blown out in peace. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least she upgraded though. But Remy though, that's the kind of lames you used to, because you was looking for a lick and you thought Pap was that. That's what it really is. She thought Pap was like easy, a lick. That's what I said. She ain't slick. She's still a New Yorker, and New Yorkers look for licks. You know what I mean? They grimy, son. I used to date a New Yorker. I know.
She did get held down through a murder charge, or excuse me, not a murder charge, an attempted murder charge.
Attempted murder,
yeah.
So,
while you was locked up,
she came up. She did come up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right, y'all. That is
I got one more dub. I got
the L. No, before you get that, the L goes to Travis Hunter. He is a walking L. I don't care. L. I know the brother got married. I hope it works. But for right now, if this does it, you have the largest L on your forehead of all time. My forehead big as shit. You gonna have to wear this L on your forehead.
Let me ask this: does she have an occupation, or does she do
anything? Occupation. That's her occupation.
He done. He cooked. He out of here.
Yeah, he done.
Because the thing is, and this is the bad, and I hate to throw this on her, but Travis Hunter was the biggest fish in that pond that she was in.
Oh, for sure.
This pond is about to get huge.
It's about to get huge.
And there's some sharks in this goddamn water here.
Bruh, your girl was in some makeshift music video a few months before you went to Colorado. What do you think that she about to be doing next to millionaires and billionaires every single Sunday?
And he in Jacksonville too? He in Jacksonville like that far from Miami.
Let me, you know what? I forgot he is down here. Let me.
Yeah, buddy.
She does. She cooked down here because it's wild
down
here.
So. She's cooked.
Oh man! If I see. Oh man! If I see her out, I forgot. Yeah. I forgot. She look. Yeah, I be in them circles. I know the circles. If I see her in the circles, then I know the circles that get down. Like, she is
fried bologna meat. So that's all I would.
Look, when you're frying the bubble, they gonna pop that bubble.
Exactly. She's fried bologna meat. Good luck, Travis. Good luck. I don't want to hear no crying on social media, nothing. I hope it works. I'm praying. I'm literally praying that it works. I'm praying it works, because if not, he oh man, I feel so bad for him. I feel so bad for him.
Damn, you're right. Hey.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. That was
that's the one, man. I'm done. I think y'all.
Well, can I end on let's end on the dub. Let me end this last dub. I was gonna get a dub to Kendrick, like I was telling Marcus earlier. Him breaking his previous record for the biggest tour in hip hop history.
He's killing it.
What was
it? I think killing it.
Yeah, he killing. I just came from.
I forgot he had the Mr. Morale. People forget how successful the Mr. Morale tour was too.
Yeah, that was the highest selling tour.
Rap tour of all time.
That was highest selling tour.
While people was talking crazy.
Yeah, people don't know. Drake did come and beat the Mr. Morale tour with him and 21. I want to say it was him and 21 Savage.
But that Mr. Morale was basically him with
him by
himself. It was him by himself.
Yeah, it's him by himself.
I went to the Mr. Morale tour. It was him by himself.
Yeah, it was him by himself. But, so for him to do what he's done, and people are still like, you can hear it from outside of the stadium.
Yeah,
still wild.
That footage. I was in that stadium that night when we was yelling wild. Mustard. That was might have heard me over everybody. It was live. It was live. Only thing I have when it comes to that tour is I didn't like the because it would be Kendrick, then it would be SZA, then it would be Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? They did songs together, but I wish they would have married that better. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the marriage of the show was as good as it could have been. But dope show, man. Dope all around.
Yeah.
But his Seattle show grossed 14.8 million, exceeding his previous record by 5 million.
He's got to be making what, 70% of that?
It's something
of the gross ticket sales. I think when you're a touring artist, you make about that, and then the
remember he's not signed to nobody, so
that's what I'm saying. He's making deals, he's making about 70. But as far as like touring, I think you're making about 70 to 80. You're making a majority, and everything else is trickled down to. You know what I'm saying?
And the venues
costs
and
stuff
like that.
Yeah. So, oh my Lord. And then they're probably making the stadium is making money off of drinks and you know what I'm saying? All of that.
They had a drink. Goodness. They had a drink. It was Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe was a drink. $40.
How do you make that? So I can make it
$40.
$40.
Oh, and you get a cup. You get a collectible cup.
How do you make that at home with my quick trip cup? You know what I mean?
My quick trip cup. But I just wanted to give a dub to Kendrick, man. I think he's doing all the right things. You know what I'm saying? Of what you would want out of a superstar hip hop. Whatever artist, you know what I'm saying, just doing all the right things in my eyes. So salute to Kendrick.
Gentlemen, I thank you both for coming on, filling in for Josh, giving me some different set of ears to bounce some information off of politicking with me. Definitely
no problem. I appreciate you bringing us in, because we've been trying to work for a minute. I appreciate you bringing me in and everything. So
anytime, y'all know you are welcome, squad homies. Anytime you want to pull up, Blue, tell the people where they. Tell me.
I was just gonna say I want to pull up on the Panther. Sometimes y'all be like, y'all talking.
Man, I be wishing I was off. I be wishing I was off.
Shit, I be like, what are y'all?
I'm over here working hard, listening to y'all mad that I can't just hop on for 10 minutes. I'm over there pulling out dits and D's like, I know they ain't going hard on Riri like that. I'm armored.
And then I be in Dre. I be in the chat and I be like, I know they see my goddamn comment.
I know they see my comment. I know they see me talking.
I don't know if it's you, Chill, or Darius to be on chat patrol, but y'all be missing my chat.
I don't be touching. I don't take this on Pantheon.
They got it.
Why we on here?
They got StreamYard is doing it now, and
you can pull up.
To give them a shout out, but they do it now with the chat visible during the actual live.
Yeah.
Screen,
okay.
I just wish you could be able to move it to where you want to, but it covers my face when I'm doing my split screen stuff.
They won't let you move it yet.
They won't let you move it yet.
I didn't know if it was.
They won't let you move it yet. So as soon as they let me move it, I got to move it out my face. So
it's just weird that they took that long to get that.
It happens. It happens.
But you can find me at Blues House everything. You might have to add on one, I think, on Twitter, but for the most part, at Blues House, and I'll pop up.
For sure. Dre Mac, do the same.
You could be able to find me at the nearest strip club called Strippies. I will be down there trying to get this money for the rent.
Damn,
No, I gotta hit that pole because it's getting hard out here. I'm just playing. Yeah. Hey, look. Why would you say look? I'm playing. I'm joking. I'm completely joking. Before I'll be hashtag on Twitter. Anyway, you can find me at the Dre Mac Show on the Real Dre Mac on Instagram, of course, the Dre Mac Show on YouTube. And I don't like being on my Twitter because it's horrendous. But at the Dre Mac Show on Twitter, if you want to catch me there.
For sure. Appreciate y'all. Like the stream, rewatchers, like it even more. We'll have some clips up this week. Love you. See you next Sunday.
Peace. Vibe hard, y'all.
Yep, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here.
Yeah, lick ass.